Is Valve making their own Switch? Man, I've got to jump back into Monster Hunter Rise. And I've got my review of Mads Mikkelsen's Riders of Justice. All that and the latest in everything cool today in the Rundown. Hello, my friends. I hope you're all doing great today. It's good to see everybody. I see there's quite a few people in the chat. It's nice to see everybody. Robert Tolan, hi there. Solitaire01, Mike Polish, let's go. Hip Hop Dan, Fraser Byrne, that's great. Peter Kokosar is here. Louis Arias, my apologies for yelling. Vasqueezy, hey EPN chat, it's great to see you here. Am I streaming the Sonic live stream tomorrow by any chance? You know what? I don't even know what time it is tomorrow. I haven't had time to kind of plan tomorrow yet. Today I was planning today, so I've just been focused on today. I've got a lot of stuff to dig into. You guys know the deal. We're going to do some playing of Wonder Boy, Asha in Monster World, but first we're going to do the rundown. So I'll do the rundown and we'll dig into some of the stories of today, and then immediately following we will jump right into EPN Plays. So don't disappear when the credits roll on the rundown, okay? All right, let's get started. I'm going to do the intro again so I can make a nice clean edit. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Electric Playground and the Rundown. I'm your host, Victor Lucas, and we've got a great show for you today, and it's dedicated to our buddy iBuyDigital, who says, miss the days of AA games. Companies were willing to take risks on multiple titles in a year. Now everything has to be $1 billion juggernaut, 10-year platform, and that is an incredibly astute observation, iBuyDigital. The business has completely changed, and that's why, a pretty solid experience like Biomutant doesn't feel like a big success, and even though it's sort of hovering at around the 6.5, 7.5 kind of Metacritic score, that's still a pretty good game, and I've been having some fun with it, but, a lot of negativity floating around out there, and that's a great observation. AA can be a tremendous amount of fun, and we all have huge lists of favorite AA games out there, don't we? All right, well, let's get started with the rundown. The big news that's floating around today, and it was kind of teased actually by Sam Miskovich, who was on Vic's Basement on Friday last week. Valve is getting into possibly, we haven't had an official confirmation yet, but they're possibly going to be getting into the handheld gaming marketplace with a device called the SteamPal. And Sam had an exclusive on Ars Technica that's been picked up all over the internet. You guys were talking to me about it in the chat yesterday. And this looks like it could be incredibly cool. We have had some handheld PCs out there like the GPD Win 3. This is a little teaser of Getsu Fumaden being played on it, and I think this Win 3 model started to go out not too long ago. I noticed that Linus Tech Tips had a little bit of a review of the thing, and GPD's been in this space for a little while here. Here's Days Gone running on the device, which is pretty cool, but the idea of Valve getting behind something like this is pretty astounding, especially if it's going to be something that can be docked like the Switch. But I think the big question mark is how much is something like that going to cost? Because it's not easy to shrink all of the componentry to make beautiful looking games out there. But if you've got technology like NVIDIA's DLSS tech, which can use a kind of a lighter, lower powered processor, and then through, artificial intelligence and machine learning, sort of upconvert everything and make everything look better and run better, perhaps that is possible now. That's what the assumption is going to be for the next Switch, as a matter of fact, whatever the Super Switch or Switch Pro is going to be called. But the fact that Steam and Valve is thinking about something like this is pretty astounding. I am psyched about this idea. I love the idea of the even more portable opportunities that could exist with the massive Steam library that I have, and probably many of you have. I do find it easier to just dive into a console and just, sit back on the couch and play console games, or when we used to travel on the road with the Switch on airplane seats and stuff like that. But the idea of being able to access all of my PC library on a pretty powerful device from Valve, that sounds incredibly exciting. Do you think it's going to happen, though? I mean, I know that Gabe Newell has been teasing some kind of re-entry into the console space. The Steam machines didn't quite work out, but maybe something like this, which is going to be something they can really control, the manufacturer of, is something a little bit more achievable. It seems like a crazy time, though, with chip shortages and all kinds of machine production line problems and issues for all of the players out there, to be releasing a product, like a physical goods product like that, a computational product like that. But Valve makes so much money, through their own software, but obviously through the Steam store, that they could potentially have the ducats to be able to do something successful here. What do you guys think? Are you excited about the SteamPal? Do you think it's going to be vaporware? Do you think it's actually going to come to fruition? And are you getting one if it does? All right, let's move on. We've got some monster hunting to talk about. Capcom had a title update preview of content that's coming to Monster Hunter Rise very soon. It's version 3.0. There's a bunch of new beasts in here, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. It really reminded me that I have to get back into playing Monster Hunter Rise. I adored the game when it first came out. I got completely addicted to it. I streamed some of it. It is a beautiful and heavily refined experience. It's great in single player and multiplayer. And of course, now we're going to have a bunch of new beasts to go out and hunt and collect. There's going to be some new costumes and stuff. And the trailer really shows off the addictive kind of pull and also the communal kind of pull that this game has. It's a massive success. It's one of the, I think, most popular of all of the Monster Hunter games, and that's saying a lot. And we don't have long to wait for all of this stuff. The content starts to drop on the 27th of May, so very soon it's going to be here. And it's interesting because they kind of staggered content when they released the game initially. They didn't have all of the stuff ready to rock and roll at launch, but they knew that they were going to have an after launch and an end game kind of content stream. And there's more coming as well, which was kind of interesting. They actually have some dates in the trailer that they talk about. So they've got sort of even more of an extended plan later on. And there's also a demo of the game right now, which is pretty cool. But they're going to have downloadable content, and they're going to have some a Capcom collab they're talking about, which is pretty cool. And that's in July and August. So they've got a long haul for this game. But they also have another Monster Hunter game that's also coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's Monster Hunter Stories 2. And I think I did check out Monster Hunter Stories 1, and I thought it was pretty cool, but it didn't really register with me the way that Monster Hunter Rise did. But now that I'm looking at this art style, I like this kind of more anime kind of flavor and vibe to everything here. So I'm excited to give this one a look-see, but I have to be honest with you, there are so many Monster Hunter games at this point that they all start to blur and blend a little bit in my mind, and I can't keep all of it straight anymore. But I do like the aesthetics. I do like the look of Monster Hunter Stories 2, and that's going to be coming out, I think, a little bit later this year. I think there's a release date. And there's like special editions and all that stuff. Okay, it's not, they didn't put the release date in the thing that I have here. But it's coming out soon, and if you're a Monster Hunter fanatic, boy, do you have a lot of stuff to keep you busy. But how about that Monster Hunter Rise, huh? What an incredible game, and a massively successful launch on Nintendo Switch like that. Beautiful. One of the best of the year so far. Okay, it's not just video games that we like to dig into here on the Rundown. I've also got some movie stuff to get into. And first of all, I want to start with my review of Riders of Justice. I watched the Mads Mikkelsen starring Riders of Justice last night, and boy, did I have a good time with this movie. It's not exactly what you expect when you see this kind of horrifying trailer where you see that there's a big horrific accident, and Mads Mikkelsen's family has been impacted by it, and he's a soldier that's kind of, cut off from his emotions and cut off from his family, and he gets kind of pulled back home after somebody that he cares about has been killed in this tragic accident. And then he finds out that maybe it's not quite the accident that he thought it was in the first place. He meets these interesting, quirky scientist types that have the ability to dig into people's information and get a little bit of a backstory, on what has happened. And Mads Mikkelsen's character starts to recognize that this biker gang that is into all kinds of illegal activity might be involved. And so, being a soldier and a man of action, he starts to kind of formulate a plan and he wants to exact some revenge. And so that's what you get when you see the trailer for the film, which does kind of give you sort of a top line on what everything, what the film is going to be about and some of the emotional kind of leaps and bounds of the movie. But what was surprising about the film is that it's incredibly bleak, and there's some really sad elements in there. And certainly the movie is evocative of a lot of these sort of older action guy flicks that are out there, like John Wick, most recently that Nobody movie, which I haven't seen yet, by the way, and everything that Liam Neeson does. Like there's a lot of these, movies starring guys that have got some gray in their hair that can still kick some serious ass. And Mads Mikkelsen, I think, hits that quadrant, and I think that's an easy way to kind of get audiences out there to sort of perk up and pay attention, because a lot of these movies are making so much money these days. But there's more to this movie than that. I think that it's an incredibly well-crafted film. And what was interesting about this, and my wife actually brought this up, is she loves these European films where the cast isn't just all, supermodels. There's a lot of different types of humans on screen, and they're all incredibly talented actors. And you can see that Mads Mikkelsen character is, he's kind of like a boiling kettle that's about to explode, but he's playing off against all of these characters that have, unique realities and personalities, and there's a quirky kind of sense of humor, and you don't really pick up on that when you see all the action elements in here. Now, it is a satisfying film in terms of the action that you get, and there are lots of lots of nice surprises and sort of gags that happen along the way, but it delivers on more than that. There's an emotional kind of truth to it all, especially the relationship that Mads Mikkelsen has with his daughter, who was terrific in this film as well. And I don't know all of the names of all of the actors, but I was really taken aback by the storytelling, the shot composition, the action was framed very well. It was very clear to, see all of the sequences and the way that the actors kind of threw themselves into it. The effects work and the stunt work that was happening when the bullets go flying was pretty damn terrific. This is a really competently made action film with a lot of kind of cyber intrigue in there as well, and emotional kind of nuance, and interesting bad guys as well. Like, it really was a satisfying film. And of course, when you look at a movie like this that's launched in Europe, it's probably quite successful overseas, although I don't know how successful things are these days because we're still in the pandemic. But you can see that, the machine of Hollywood is probably thinking of how they're going to convert this into a Hollywood picture, because it really does work. It also reminded my wife and I of the incredible television show Barry on HBO. And I forget the actor's name in that, but that Barry show is so freaking awesome. And that this isn't a review of that, but there are definitely some elements that kind of cross over within these stories. So what I would say, ultimately about Riders of Justice is that it's a lot more than it appears to be, and it's an incredibly satisfying movie that I absolutely love. It's subtitled, but you get carried away by the performances and the action and the comedy. It delivers. Excellent movie. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. All right, I've got another movie to tell you about, and it's The Tomorrow War. We finally got a little real trailer of what this movie is going to be about. Comes out in July 2nd, just before Independence Day in the States. And the movie is it's another alien invasion film, which I generally gravitate towards. It's horrifying to think, especially in this era, and I tweeted this, like we're about to see the U.S. government kind of open the books on all of the UFO investigations that they've been doing for a long time, and it might be a way to kind of distract us from something else, but we're about to see a whole bunch of stuff around UFOs. We're starting to see it. It was a big story on 60 Minutes not too long ago, and so Tomorrow War kind of posits the idea of an invasion and these people popping back from the future when the invasion is in full effect and trying to recruit people to help go to the future and save humanity. And so that's a pretty cool high concept idea for a sci-fi picture. And of course, Chris Pratt is the lead, and Yvonne Strahovski is in there, and J.K. Simmons. A lot of great character actors that we've seen in lots of terrific roles and performances in fun movies in the past. Of course, we get Chris Pratt without his shirt off. The guy's been working hard on that. So they have to work it into the plot that he has to take his shirt off, which is crazy. But, you know, Pratt can't deliver a line without a wink. You know, the guy is so talented and so innately comedic that there's going to be elements of that, and it sort of personalizes the character and makes him a little bit more interesting. So it's not just an out-and-out rah-rah action movie, although he's a military guy, and he basically says that, yeah, he's a military guy. It's a short story. I like the lines. There's some good quips in there. But what was really fascinating for me was we got a little taste of what kind of a threat we're going to see. We don't just see the devastation and the destruction. I like that shot of falling into a swimming pool. But we get to actually see the alien glimpses, and there's some pretty horrifying little bits in here. I'll jump to a couple little clips in there, but it certainly doesn't look like the best alien, alien apocalypse type film that we've seen before. But it does look like it's going to be fun, and there's going to be some interesting new color and some new ideas put into this thing. And, the visual effects that filmmakers have to play with these days. Everybody's so competent and so adept at creating incredible visuals for us that I'm sure we're going to be shocked by some of the stuff. You can see some of the aliens. They kind of evoke the Ridley Scott type aliens, which is cool, which is fine. But there is this one particular shot, and I don't know if I've got the little clip from it, where we get to see just hordes. Yeah, there it is, where there's just tons and tons of them climbing over everything and just ripping things apart. I'm in. It's that shot. That shot right there has got me excited for the Tomorrow War. We don't have long to wait. It's going to be available on Amazon Prime Video. This is another one of the big deals that Amazon did with Paramount Pictures. But of course, just as we were discussing a couple days ago on the rundown, Amazon has now purchased MGM, and so they're in charge of the Pink Panther franchise, the Rocky franchise, Silence of the Lambs, and lots of really big movies. But of course, the biggest one is that they're co-owners in James Bond. So Amazon now is the home of James Bond, which is nuts. And I'm sure there's some approvals and some things that have to come together, but this consolidation of all of these media empires continues. Speaking of which, we got some news from Xbox today that they've got a huge presser coming on June 13th with Bethesda Games, which is kind of interesting. They're going to show off a whole bunch of the first-party stuff that they've got in the pipeline, which now includes all of the Bethesda software. We don't have long to wait. I actually went onto the E3 media site and registered today, so who knows what's in store for us between that and Summer Game Fest and whatever any of these individual companies have got lined up for their own video press conferences and stuff. We're going to be seeing a whole bunch of games coming soon, but we're also getting some free games if you've got subscriptions. And Xbox Games with Gold has got their June releases announced today. They put out a blog post on Xbox Wire, but they also made a nice handy-dandy little video. They've got The King's Bird. They've got Shadows. I've missed the title on that one. I don't know every single one of these games here. There's the S&K Battle Coliseum and, of course, Injustice. Shadows Awakening, I've never heard of that. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. Looks like it could be pretty cool. But Injustice, I think, even though it's old, it's been around for a long time, and Injustice 2 completely eclipsed it, it's still pretty cool that it's, available for Xbox players out there. If they've never jumped in and fought with some of the DC superheroes, are going to dig it. This sort of jumping around game. I can't even remember what that one's called. That looked like it was, the bird game. Looks like it's pretty cool. And this one's got a Diablo kind of aesthetic to it, this Shadows Awakening. This could be all right as well. It's interesting, though, like when you compare and contrast a lot of the choices that Xbox puts into their games with gold, it doesn't feel like they quite stack up to what PlayStation has gotten. We're going to get into the PlayStation stuff here in a second. Never played this Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, but it looks like it brings together a bunch of classic Neo Geo characters, which is fine, kind of Smash-like. But Injustice, I think, is the big one for Xbox players next month. And I would like to play this again, actually. But what I would really like to do is play Injustice 2 again. I never streamed Injustice 2, and holy crap, is that an incredible game. And then next year it's going to be a movie, which is really cool. All right, but over on the PlayStation side, they also had some announcements as well. They've got some June games for PlayStation Plus subscribers. They've got Operation Tango, Star Wars Squadrons, and Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. I think I got all of those titles correct, but Star Wars Squadrons, clearly the winner for me. I freaking adore this game. I love that the PlayStation players are going to be able to jump in and, if they've got the subscription, they're going to be able to jump in and play this. Of course, if you've got Xbox Game Pass, you get Star Wars Squadrons as part of EA Play. So Xbox players have been able to dive in for a little while. This game is just phenomenal. It's just jump in and play and get into incredible dogfights with beautiful aesthetics. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown is a PlayStation 4 upgrade to Virtua Fighter 5, which I feel we've been talking about for about 10 years. I don't even know when the first Virtua Fighter 5 came out. I'm a big Virtua Fighter fan, though, and it'll be cool to download this and experience this again. Be cool to get a Virtua Fighter 6, but Sega's busy making lots of Yakuza games and things like that right now, which is pretty crazy. And then Operation Tango is a Canadian-made game that I don't know anything about. I don't know how this game plays. I guess we'll know soon because it's going to be on PS Plus in June. But it's got a hacking and kind of spy mechanic, which makes me think back to the old Splinter Cell multiplayer days, which could be really cool. But I don't know. I mean, this trailer is very ambiguous. You don't really get a sense of what the actual gameplay is. You don't see characters running around on screen. It's almost like a puzzle game or something like that. But we'll find out soon. That's Operation Tango. So there you go. If you've got PS Plus, you've got some cool games to look forward to. And if you've got Xbox Live Gold, you've got some cool games to look forward to. And that's going to do it for the rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with a fresh episode. And there's lots of things cooking for tomorrow, so please come back for that. Thank you to all of our subscribers, and thank you most of all to all of our EPN members. You guys rock. We'll see you soon, and until then, play forever. Hello, my friends. Welcome to EPN Plays. Kung Fu Hot Dog, I see you there, and thank you very much for the super chat, my friend, and the question, and the compliment. When you studied acting, did that training help you become the awesome presenter you were destined to be? I guess so. I guess it helped to make me find some confidence and try be myself in front of people and in front of the camera. That and waitering, I think, were incredibly helpful for me to be able to walk into a lot of different situations and express myself, and not beat myself up, which I think is a huge issue with a lot of people, is that they have the ability to communicate innately within them, but they edit themselves, or they I don't know, they diminish themselves. And we all have value, My mom instilled that in me. And, yeah, I think some acting classes for sure. I took acting initially so that I wouldn't be shy around girls in high school, and I loved it, and I stayed with it. But yeah, I think people need to find comfort with themselves, and in that comfort and acceptance with themselves, they'll find the confidence. And I think acting, and especially waitering, where you had to walk up to tables of strangers and help them to have a memorable evening, incredibly helpful in my life. So I recommend that if there are any younger people watching, get a job in the service business. Maybe finding something in the pandemic right now, not the easiest thing, but when you're in the service industry where you have to connect with people, it's incredibly valuable. All right, Monster Hunter World 4 time. This is Sam I Am 111's message right there, and it's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to start us from the beginning because the game hasn't come out yet. I am still stuck on that boss. I didn't play it last night. I had to play something else, and I watched Riders of Justice. Okay, so here we go. I'll keep the music on. We're going to play normal, and we're going to just jump right in. Now, this is a remake. Yeah, it's got a Star Wars title crawl. It does. Blair Farrell. Howdy, Wilden. Good to see you. The graphics are really colorful, Randy. And it's incredibly inviting, you know? Serpent 6, this game is due in my mailbox on Friday. Cool. So I'm starting from the beginning so I don't spoil stuff, right? Because this isn't out there yet. Sorry for slurping. How's it going, Spidey82? Good to see you. VF5 was 2007 on the PlayStation 3, Blair Farrell says. Oh, my God. Solitaire 01 has a nice wave for me. Bush and Ryu Cat. Nobody is talking about Matrix 4. Darwin S. still has Monster Hunter Rise in the shrink wrap. Yeah, you got to pull it out of there. Nintendo Boy 17 with some news for us. Roger Craig Smith has announced that he's coming back as Sonic. That's great. Okay, cool. Day has been good, my friend. Busy. My computer was running slow, and that always adds a little bit of stress as I'm pulling stuff together for the rundown today. Spidey82, this is a very fun Switch experience, as you're about to see.
Oh, Asha yo. こんなところにいたのか。何々？誰かが助けを求めているよ。もう戦士になった。早く来なさい。皆が待っているぞ。
Yeah, it's very tuned. There's an immediacy that I really like about this game. It's like, just get into it. Okay, so she tells us we get these little life drops. They're kind of like the tear-shaped things. If you get 10 of them, you get an extra heart. There we go. I've got the crystal I need, so I can continue. She's going to give me some elixir, which helps to bring back the hearts. Need that. Okay. There is no autosave as far as I know in this game, so you have to remember to save. Look at that pink cow. Bet you didn't think you were going to see a pink cow today. There it is. When you want to heal your wounded body, offer a prayer to the sacred statue. You are sure to be blessed by the gods. This is another one of those, you know, you could just chill and play type of game. It gets challenging, but it's relaxing and kind of infectious. I really dig it. KFXG, you know I will be streaming Mario Golf. I can't wait for that game. What am I hoping to see in the state of play tomorrow for Horizon? You know, some more visuals, just like what we've seen of Ratchet and Clank, that has completely taken our breath away about what this new generation of machines is capable of. I want that expanded and extended, I think, with Horizon. And, you know, it would be cool, because the first game was all about, you know, mystery and history. And it would be cool if, through the course of world building in Horizon 2, they drop some kind of cool in-joke that keeps us buzzing for, you know, months until the game comes out. You know, some kind of connection, I don't know, to Killzone or what, something, you know? That would be rad. But more than anything, I just want to be blown away by the look of the game and maybe some new gameplay experiences that they're going to show off. And a release date. And I hope that it's coming out this year. Oh, and by the way, do you have the Courage Crystal? Yes, I do. Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, the Hair Whip Genie. That's, oh my god. That's a totally different franchise. That's from Way Forward, isn't it? Question, did anyone see Scott the Waz's recent Borderline Forever movie on YouTube? Cameos galore, AVGN. No, did not. Metal Jesus Stops Skeletons. Shantae, right. Love Shantae, Ethan Joy. I will catch up on the DQ 35th anniversary event. I don't know if I'll be watching a live stream, Ethan Joy. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know of me. Nutcase, we may have already met. Ho ho. By the way, you can now save from the pause menu at any time. Things sure are convenient these days, huh? Alright, see you around. Oh, so we used to save at the, oh, you know what? I was going to download the, that's okay. We're checking out the new game. I was going to download the classic game so we could take a look at that too, but we're good with this. You'll gather energy every time you attack an enemy. Once you have enough, you can unleash a powerful magic hit attack. Alright, so what I'm going to do, just in case I die, I'm going to save, but I'm going to save not in mine. I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to put it into the data 2. Okay, here we go. Marco A., thanks for stopping in, my friend. Give my best to all of the people you're meeting with on Zoom. Why not start the live stream with your explanation of how it works, then do the rundown open? Seems like it would save you an edit. That's definitely a very cool suggestion. I like to start it with the video. And what I tend to do is I take the higher res version of the video, which is still sitting in my Premiere packet, my software, and then I stick that in. And then I add all kinds of little transitional things. So it would save me a little bit of time, but I like to start the show with a little bit of, like, poof, let's go into it, you know? I know then I pop the balloon when I explain everything right after the graphics. But I like your suggestion, though. Still figuring this out. It's always WIP when you're streaming. I don't remember the initial trailer. How was it different, Sam I Am 111? All right. Randy can't wait for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It looks amazing. It sure does. Oh, it looked like a mobile game before. Okay. Man, 2D, vital. 2021, 2D scrolling games, vital. Still very important. Still very fun. It's, you know, it's kind of disappointing. I say this quite a bit, but it's kind of disappointing that in the rush to 3D, we had all of these really talented 2D game makers kind of, we forced them out of a job in a way, you know? Not we, but the business shifted so dramatically that a lot of people were like, well, we had this discipline and this training and this experience, and now you don't need it anymore. Now we're trying to figure out how to move in 3D space. But imagine how, you know, 2D games, if they had been supported, like what kinds of games we would be playing right now in sort of the mid-90s through, I mean, there were some that were made, but the mid-90s to like 2005 or something like that. We would just have some masterpieces, especially sprite-based stuff. Oh, the mind boggles. But I know that lots of developers just transition to other things. All right, here we go. Peter Kokosar with some deep thoughts right there. Hiya, E-Peeps. JBJ Blaze. I'm hoping to finish Ratchet and Clank on PS5 before Rift Apart releases. Speaking of it, I love that Ratchet and Clank remake. I was completely obsessed with that. I haven't checked it out on the PS5. I may, though. It's tough for me to go back in time and play stuff that I want to play, though. I'm still midway through a game that I want to kind of complete and then shoot the video of for the side-scrolling superhero thing. I might not do a rundown next week and put that together. I want to do more of those. I like those a lot. Oddworld was pretty awesome in the 90s. Yeah, it's funny. The Soulstorm game kind of underwhelmed, I think, for a lot of folks. I enjoyed it, but I didn't stay with it, and... Oh, I'm dead. You gotta pay attention. Tiago Santos, good to see you. So load the newest save data. People were championing Castlevania 64, but downplaying Symphony of the Night. I'm sure I was part of that group, Blair. I was enamored, right? Because, you know, Mario 64 changed everything when we saw that. All right. Oddworld is probably 290s for 2021. That's a game I'd like to go back to. I didn't really stay with it, though, because I felt like it was a free game for a lot of people. A lot of people had it on PS Plus, and so it was... When that stuff gets released on PS Plus, it's great for everybody to kind of dive in. I didn't review Destruction All-Stars for the same reason. It's like, well, everybody that would want to get that game and play that has it. So I didn't really stay with it. But I'd like to. I'd like to go back to it. When enemies are lining up, try using the down thrust combo. Okay, so you can do... Oh, missed the first one, though. There you go. Very catchy music. You can hurt some enemies just by touching them. That's interesting. I can remember my mindset playing 2D games in the 80s and 90s and just imagining, well, what if you could go into that forest? What if you could go in and just keep going where you see all that stuff in the background? Just the thought of that just was so mind-bending. All right. Rolling in dough. What did it say? Watch out for the mushrooms ahead. Ah! Oh yeah, these guys. Gotcha. Oh. So there's, of course, new weaponry and stuff that you can pick up. I'm not just picking up these coins for no reason. Yelm Jordan, has Tommy got me excited about the new Intellivision? It's not so much Tommy, it's that I've played with the Intellivision and I've seen the potential for it. What I'm, I believe in him because that guy is relentless, but it's, I know he's in sell mode too, right? Like he's got a product that he wants people to pay attention to. Anybody in that position would be. And so I know that about him. But I have actually played at, it was at, a couple E3s ago now. Well, it was at the last E3, at E3 19. So it's been a long time, but I saw the potential in the stuff that I played. And I've liked some of the video content for sure, but I'm excited to try those games. I want to play the games and experience this stuff. I'm supportive of Tommy, and I hope that it is successful for him and for the company. But I'm definitely going to reserve my judgment on that stuff until I actually get a chance to get lost in the games, like I do with anything that I review. He knows that. But I definitely believe in that opportunity. I think that there's a lot of families out there that welcome the idea of playing things together and finding a simpler way and lots of software that allows you to do that. My family and I love playing multiplayer stuff on the Switch, but it isn't a massive library on any of the machines of lots of great cooperative or couch co-op or couch competitive type experiences out there. And that's what Intellivision's whole thing is they want to get families on couches sitting together and playing all this stuff. So yeah, I totally believe that there's a great market for that. Oh, that's great, Nodding 56. You guys ask about Tommy quite a bit. I just tweeted about, us working together over the weekend. It was a pretty funny little thing that I popped out there. Pretty funny imagery. But you guys keep bringing him up, so I feel like he's overdue. We need a revisit. But I kind of want him to send me the damn thing first. Like, send me the Intellivision. Let me play with some of this stuff. And then we can talk about it. I think it needs... Amico has got a pretty good value proposition in terms of the cost of the experiences. And, there's quite a few games that they've got kind of cooking and in the works right now. But I don't know if it needs so much of a license thing, and I know that they're working on some license stuff. I think that would help for sure. Maybe it's a 2D Tron thing or something. And I don't know any of the details on anything that they've got cooking, by the way. But that would be super cool. Yeah, I mean, look at what the Turtles announcement did, the Shredder's Revenge game. That was really validating for me to see how much attention people put on that game because, of course, I've been digging into all of these side-scrolling superhero games for a long time now. But something like that for Amico would be huge. But I think even complementary to that or more important than that is just a game design thing that nobody has seen before. Not in television history, not on the mobile space, not on Switch. That, you know, some piece of Amico software that comes out that's like, holy crap, I've never seen that. I want to try that. I want to play that. Miroyoku, good to see you. Nintendo Boy 17 comment. I've been replaying some Star Wars Empire at War. I don't know why, but I feel the game feels the most immersive as the Rebel Alliance with its mechanics. That was the Empire at War. That was the RTS experience? Where's my key? Is that right, Nintendo Boy? Take us into the gameplay a little bit in the chat there. I'm excited about Amico because it's bringing back something missing in the market. Couch co-op, plus the updated classics look awesome. Night Stalker, Astro Smash, and Breakout. I think, yeah, Night Stalker does look really damn cool. That Breakout game looks fantastic as well. Yeah, I honestly, I hope it's incredibly successful. The other thing that I think is really cool is that they're wanting to put the machines where you know, people are, not just gamers, but like regular shoppers are. And so it will be, you know, in game stores and associated with the other software and hardware that people know about video games, but it's also going to be in lots of interesting locations, which I think is very cool. Oh, right on, Nintendo Boy 17. I vaguely remember playing it. They all kind of blur in my mind now, and it's been so long, so I can't picture everything. I'm hoping for great things with the Amico. Abby Jameson says all the updated classics have me excited. Yeah, and the deals that Tommy's been doing too with Atari and other game rights holders. I shot him an idea that I would love to see. Who knows? They have so much work ahead of them, though, man. They still have a lot of, fulfillment of the people that have been supporting already, so they've got to get all of those orders done. But they have a lot of spreading of information that they have to do in all the territories that the thing's going to launch in. Like, that's the thing that people don't really understand. We, I think, get lost in this space because we're all such true believers and we follow it, and, you know, we're always looking around for more information on this business. But I think the thing that's true about video games is that most people just really think of them as disposable entertainments, and I don't think free-to-play helps that at all, by the way. And so there isn't a tremendous amount of attention or concern paid by people that are sort of outside the space. Now, that's been growing, and more people have come to realize that this is an art form that deserves our attention. But it's still an educative process. You still have to kind of come in with that kind of thinking. That's why it's exciting. Like, Tommy's been talking to talk shows and different types of retailers. All of that is good. Ramrod, hey Victor, do you think they will ever make another Castlevania game like Lord of Shadow? That game was phenomenal and underrated. Absolutely, Ramrod. I actually have it's so funny you bring that up. I have a reminder on my phone to go back and play Lords of Shadow and to re-experience those games. But I haven't been able to. I'm always playing the new stuff so I can come back and talk about it with you guys. But those games were super cool and so ambitious. That's Mercury's Steam, yes, who made the phenomenal 3DS Metroid game. Samus Returns. I think video games are an art form and a platform to explore, experience, and experiment with ideas and themes. Open your mind to new possibility. Right there with you, Cyber64. That's what I sold EP on to the broadcasters. They were like, what? What are you talking about? What is this? I didn't, I mean, I told them the numbers, and the numbers always get people to pay attention, the billions of dollars that games make, but it was more about the artistry and the imagination and the mystery, you know? Like, how do these things get made and who makes them? We should know that stuff. We still should know that stuff. Pathetic Earthling. I have to make lists of games I want to play. I'm totally pre-ordering the Amico, though. I love Tower of Doom. Okay. I text myself reminders all the time. Good strategy. Yeah, so that pops up every once in a while. Need to play Castlevania Lords of Shadow. It's like, okay. Yeah, I'll get to that when I can. Yeah, see, we know, everybody here, we're all the converted. We get it. It's the greatest art form that humans have crafted, video games. Now, not every video game, but when a video game really gets into your soul and you're playing it even when you're not playing it, it transcends. And it does. It encompasses all of the art forms that we know and love, you know, music creation and artistry, like visual artistry, the idea of strategy and problem solving, and then, you know, profound elements like the idea of camera framing and composition and you know, emotional narrative instincts and things. I mean, it's just astounding way to communicate video games. But not everybody sees it that way. All right. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay. It's weird that they have these chains hanging down and you can't hook on all of them. It's all right. Yeah, serpents like seeing Tetris blocks when you close your eyes. I love that thing. Oh, thank you, Joe. I love that thing where you get stuck in a game. Did I just come from there? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, now I'm trying to go up here. Where you get stuck in a game and you just can't figure it out. You can't figure it out. You get to the point of, because none of us do this, right? We're all much mature now, where you're about to hurl the controller, but you don't, because you know how expensive they are. And then you walk away and you fret and you fume and you're maybe cursing at the game, and then you're still playing it because you like it in your mind. And then you figure it out in your mind, and the next time that you sit down to play, it's like, oh, that's, yes! And then you figure it out. And then it's like, okay, boop, game goes up in estimation. I love that. Love that. Movies don't do that. No, Ramrod, I'm behind on that. If I didn't make so many things, I'd have more time to just sit and consume everything. But I think my mind would go crazy. I like making things. I like chatting and figuring out how to create stories and conversations around this stuff, you know? You wait till the stick drifts, then you chuck the controller. Yes. Oh, I'm really hovering around that cosmic red PlayStation DualSense, man. That's on my mind. I sure don't need it, but it's got that same damn pull that the Spider-Man PS4 Plus had on me, and I sure want it, that cosmic red controller. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to save because I don't want to die and then have to show you all of that again. All right, here we go. Right on, Nodding 56. Question from Nintendo Boy. So has anyone else seen the yikes reaction to the live-action Powerpuff Girl? I love that show as a kid series. It's not even released. Apparently development has been a mess. That's a hard one to make as a live-action show. Like, I would have no idea how to... I mean, it's so animated. The whole concept is animated. Like, it's so larger than life. I like Chloe Bennett, though. I think she's terrific. She was great in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I can't believe it's me saying this because I am such a superhero nerd, and you guys know that. But I feel like the CW needs a bit of a refocus on some of the programming that they've been putting together. Just let them kind of take a breath, and they're getting that because I think like Supergirl is ending, and cast members from The Flash are leaving. And Black Lightning, that's on CW, or maybe it is now. That looks like it's ending as well. And I don't know how much longer Legends of Tomorrow goes. I say that, and I'm totally addicted to Superman and Lois. That's such a great show. I don't know if you guys have been watching that. It's got a very different vibe than the rest of the CW verse. Arrow was awesome. But I have enjoyed The Flash generally more than Arrow. Because that cast is incredible. But yeah, the second season of Arrow was like, whoa, that was so good. With Deathstroke. We actually had Manu Bennett on EP Live. Came in and Scott and I got to chat with him. He was terrific. All right, here we go. You stuck with Walking Dead, eh, Daniel? I had to give up after the Glenn incident. I just couldn't continue. It was just so. I think I've screwed up. I don't know where I'm going. I'm lost. Gotta pay attention here. Okay, so we're going up, 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 up. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Try to keep it clean. There we go. That might be where it gets interesting, though, JBJ. Sometimes when characters that you really like, and I love those actors, they're awesome. Talking about Cisco and Harrison Wells leaving the show, leaving The Flash. That might be the catalyst for some terrific reinvention, and I feel that's kind of what is needed. I don't know where I'm going. Do I go down here? Oh my God. I'm not paying attention. I pity you, so here's a hint. Jumping is effective against that boss. Good luck. Okay. Do I go down? I don't know where I'm going, guys. I feel like I'm running around in circles. Okay. Ouch. Uh-oh. Well, I do have an elixir. I should use it. What's in here? Okay. I kind of don't want to use it. But I have to, because if I get hit one more time... That's it for me. Okay, out you go. Is there a map? I don't think there is a map. I don't know where I'm going, guys. Oh, I want to go up there. Okay. Okay. Is this it? No, I was just in here. Okay. This is just like Dark Souls. Alright. Up you come. Oh! Slow down, Asha. Speaking of superheroes, I hope that Superhero Girls game that's coming out next month with Batgirl and Wonder Woman and Supergirl, I hope it's great. I hope so. Okay, I'm in the right spot. Phew! Okay. Well, I just need one, so... Oh. Sorry. Alright then. Okay, boss time. Oh, I should have saved. Oh well. Hopefully I'll get... Centipede lady. Pretty straightforward attack here. Oh, yeah. I'm the boss of that boss. A little bit of slowdown when you get all of those coins on there. Little retro style slowdown. I got, look at that. I got all of the stuff, all the collectibles. I got them. Miss Ojat, it is basic at the beginning, but then things start to get a little bit more interesting as they do in these types of games. But it's definitely a throwback. Okay, so I have a magical lamp now. And I can't go anywhere else. Let us use the lamp. What's going to happen? I got it. No promotion, Blair Farrell. I know. Oh, yeah, there's a new episode. I'm behind, right. Ah, right. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about Superman and Lois tomorrow. I'll get caught up today. All right, so we are in the big city. The first big hub space. We go talk to the queen. And she's in there, but I'll just walk around in here a little bit. So this is all locked up. This is the temple. So there's some stuff I can purchase in here, so I'm gonna cruise. You know, it does have a little bit of the Shantae kind of vibe. I can see where that confusion might lie there. It's pretty beautiful art, though, huh? Oh, it's very blown out. Are you guys finding it super blown out on the stream? Let's see if I can adjust the. Oh, it's super blown out on there. Let's see. Can I adjust the brightness? Super bright, yeah. Okay. No, I can't. So let's see, because it looks really sharp on my TV, but I just looked up at the stream screen. How do I adjust that? Display, preview. Oh, I think I can, I don't know. I don't know how to adjust this in real time. Transform. No. Oh, I can't change it in real time. It looks like I can't do... it's a filter that I need to apply, I think. It really is a huge sunny day. Let's see. Video capture text. No. Color source. Browser. No. No, I can't figure it out on the fly. Sorry, guys, and there's no adjustment for brightness in the game. So maybe adjust your respective monitors or phones or whatever you're watching it on. Nodding 56, Dragon Quest vibe for sure. That's not too bad. It really is. It's much brighter when I'm outside there, wasn't it? Okay, so she'll buy some gold bars for me. I don't have any right now. I can cruise in here. It's adorable, this game. I mean, it's just so cute looking. Okay, where am I going here? Oh, I can just jump up in here. Okay. Oh, wait a sec. So if I go over here, so you can go into the background a little bit. I actually didn't find this last time. This is new. Okay, so, and then I can pop up back to the foreground, and then there's a, this is the gold bar lady. Okay, so let's go back out here, and there's a place where I can buy some weapons. And a new... Hey! But I don't think I have enough money. I don't. I have... that's not going to make me more powerful. Oh, I don't even have enough. Okay, so let's go... there is a bracelet that I can buy. I think this guy has got a bracelet over here. I think I have enough. What's this? Oh, you can buy Pegaloos. Pepelogus. Never said that word before. Pepelogus. Okay. And this guy has got... Oh, okay. He doesn't have it yet. Okay, let's go see the queen. That's what I'm supposed to do first. May I link here a tweet from a faceless beige about gaming is a hobby? Sure, JBJ. Comment, apparently Aaron Taylor Johnson, kick-ass. The other is Craven the Hunter in a solo film? Whoa. That just hit today, Blair? He's a great actor, that guy. I like him. Biomutant is worth a play. Kung Fu Hot Dog. I especially think because it's so divisive a game, like not everybody likes it. That is one that is worth trying to see if it's for you. But I have had fun with the game. I mean, I streamed it for a big chunk of time yesterday, and I don't know, I'm probably 10 or 12 hours into the game. I think it's really fun. It's not perfect. There's definitely some really weird pacing issues at the beginning, but it's a fun experience. And it's cool. Alpha Cat is here. It's a party. All right. Adorbs. Right on, Daniel. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh, what? I do swear. I did that before. You gotta look at the screen. All right, here we go. Hello from the UK. Spoolstring, good to see you. Have you commented on the chat before? I love when people pipe up. That's awesome. Oh, right on. Playing Macross Scrambled Valkyrie on the Super Famicom. Fantastic. Oh, that's so cool, Spool. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah, perhaps it's fate that brought her here. Asha, noble warrior, we need your help. I have dire news. Something is happening to the four spirits that have protected this land for age upon age. The dark clouds in the far sky are an ill omen. If this should continue, this city will be shrouded in darkness. Please say you'll help us. Oh, that's so cool, Spool. Yeah, this industry has produced incredible escapism and art, right? And even when you're playing the classic stuff, you can recognize that the imagination and the spark has always been there, you know? It's always... This will and this desire to entertain and surprise is so endemic in the games business. There's the cynicism that has grown as the industry has matured, for sure, and a lust for huge profit. But at the core of it is just, you know, a bunch of creative developers that wanted to surprise us, you know, and they did, and they have, and they do. I got my egg! Oh, that's awesome. Right on. Yeah, it's really cool to go back in time like that. You know, I've been collecting games and playing them forever, and you know, a lot of people that have been watching for a while know this, that the analog systems, the Super NT and the Sega, or the Super MG, or is that right? The versions of the Genesis and the Super Nintendo that Analog made that I picked up really just kind of sparks something in me to go back in time, and it's such a thrill to play some of those classic games and be impressed all over again, you know? One of my favorite memories from the Super Nintendo was playing through all of Super Smash TV with my wife, and us just giggling and laughing and smiling at each other. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, and it was just such a great way to join forces, you know? It was really awesome. Love that machine. And I love the Genesis, too. Yeah, the Mega SG Serpens 6. Analog did such a good job at not just giving customers like a useful console or a useful platform, but also kind of celebrating an era and celebrating that time. And like when you buy one of those, it's like you're expressing your love for those cartridges and those moments in gaming's history. That's cool. I mean, you spend a lot of money on them. They're not cheap, but super rad. Vic, what character would you like to see added to Smash most? I'm sure we will see a reveal at E3. Well, I really hope that, you know, all of this rumor and speculation around this Microsoft connection is going to pan out. We're going to see some interesting partnerships there. But it would be very cool for, I don't know, Rare and Microsoft to work even closer with Nintendo on some stuff. So, I don't know. It'd be amazing to see Joanna Dark in the game. That would be pretty rad. Banjo-Kazooie is already there. I guess Master Chief would be pretty amazing. And now that Xbox owns Bethesda, all kinds of characters, I guess Doom Guy could be in there, which would be totally surreal. Yeah, Blair Farrell, I keep checking out the Polymega Twitter to see if there's been any updates. I turned mine on the other day and played a couple of quick PlayStation 1 games. Fun. I feel very guilty that I have a working one and I can play it. I just want those guys to finish the job and get those machines out to people. I think there's a lot of disappointed customers out there. And I haven't heard anything from the team over there about a catch-up interview. I definitely want to do that because I'm a believer. I love that system. It's amazing. Doomslayer would be very weird, right? Nintendo Boy 17. I don't know, man. They put Solid Snake in the game. You know, he's a merciless dude. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough. Okay, so I need to get that bracelet. So how do I get some money? Oh, I have a gold bar. That's right. I can go sell it. Pretty good leapers, huh? She can, like, leap right over people. She should be on a basketball team. Look at this. Whoosh. All right. Kung Fu Hot Dog, I'm super stoked too, and I think one of the cool things that Jeff brought up, Jeff Keighley, is because he's, of course, coordinating with all of the publishers on video reveals for Summer Game Fest, is that because there's been no, like, they haven't had to think about putting on a big presentation or a big display or a booth or whatever. People have just been focused on getting their games together, and we may see I know we are going to see some huge releases that come immediately following some of these reveals this summer, which is going to be really rad. So we've seen Nintendo do that before. We've seen them all do that before, but it's going to be cool to see some nice surprises, and then people say, and that's available right now. That's going to be cool. I have enough for the sword, so let's go do that. Is there a Clockwork Orange game coming? Vague Zone podcast? Is that what you're hinting at? Good point, Nintendo Boy 17. Clockwork Orange guys are in the Space Jam movie is all kinds of wrong. Okay, so now we can go in here. And this is where we get into the, like, meat of the adventure. So I'm gonna play for 10 more minutes. And that's going to be that. I don't want to keep going and going and going because the game isn't out yet. So you guys got a good taste of the opening sequence of the game. I saw Clockwork Orange when I was way too young to see it, and it haunted me and really affected me. It was way too dark. I think it's Anthony Burgess that wrote the book. And I've read some of Burgess's novels. He did a Shakespeare one, which was excellent. He's an amazing writer. And the movie is cool, but I didn't understand it as a, a look at our pop culture obsessions and our fascination with violence. When I initially watched it as I think I was 12 or 13 years old. I was way too young. I think I was 13. And it was frickin' scary. And what was really tough for me, and spoiler alert to anybody that hasn't seen it, is Singin' in the Rain was one of my favorite movies. I fell in love with that thing when I saw it on TV as a kid. And it was just horrifying. Just a horrifying movie. It is insane if the Droogs are in Space Jam. Way too young, right, Serpents? All right, here we go. Oh. 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 I talked about this yesterday. You need to call the bird over to do the double jumps. It's a little bit of an interesting mechanic. And you can't do it fast, so you can't do double jumps quickly. So if the platform is falling and you need the monster or whatever, Pepalogu. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Lots of falls to your doom like that. Okay. Oh! Okay. Some good height on this one. Okay, there's something down here, though. Uh-oh. Nice. Controls are tight. I'm not ever really fighting with the controls. I don't get angry when I make a mistake, which is great. There we go. Oh, can't get up there? Nope. Okay. No cursing from me, serpents. Take it easy, JBJ. Oh. There you go. Oh, do I have the good sword? Did I buy the sword? I did, but I didn't change it. Okay. Whoa! Got me. Uh-oh. Gotta have a little patience with the patterns here. Oh, I need some elixir. Gotcha. Alright, so we get some bombs, and then we are going to be inside of, Oh, they're adding Edge from U2 to Fortnite. Crazy. So now we get to go inside of the volcano. I think that's probably a good spot for me to wrap it up. You guys got a little taste of it. Be one boss. I'll have some further thoughts on this game. I'm still playing it, but I'm having a lot of fun. That is Wonder Boy Asha in Monster World, based on Monster World 4. Vague Zone. Oh, you're at at this point, Vague Zone, I would believe anything with Fortnite. They're adding Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg to Fortnite, or Smash. They should do that with Smash. That'd be hilarious. It's a really sweet game, this game. Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for the rundown at EPN Plays today. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. And I'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to be talking about some of the Sonic news. We're going to be talking about some of the Horizon Forbidden West news. Looks like there's some Dragon Quest news I got to familiarize myself with. So we're going to have some fun tomorrow. So come on back for that. Thank you for joining me today. We will see you soon. And until then, play forever.